Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, where today I'm going to be taking a look at these Laoa long nose multi-function pliers that were very kindly sent in by my friends at Banggood. So thank you very much to Banggood. Alright, and for a start then, we better get them out of this packaging. They come in quite a nice box, as you can see, quite a heavy duty box. So let's get them out. And they come with this quality control card showing exactly when they were made, which looks like the 3rd of December 2020. That's when they were inspected. Okay then, so here are the pliers themselves. Quite a nice slim design, as you can see, nice slim multi-component handles here, Laoa written on them. And one thing I do like about them, they've got little palm swells just here on the handle, as you can see, look. Makes them comfortable to use. We have a little alloy locking switch just here to release them. They are spring loaded. And we have cable cutter just here, cable stripper just here, crimper, and a rather interesting design to the jaws just here. I'll get to that in a little while. And then we have the standard flat style with the little teeth in it, and this bit here we have a little hole just there as well. Let's have a look. So there we go. So that's obviously for getting hold of them, probably straightening wires. And there's the teeth, quite nicely machined out there. Little crimping tool. The strippers. And the cable cutter. Laoa tools are made in Taiwan, and so we have a nice little alloy release switch just here. Nice touch, held in with a Torx screw. Okay, and as I say, they're quite nice to hold as well. Got that little palm swell going on just there, it's quite nice. They feel reasonably well made, quite good quality. I do actually have several other Laoa tools in my toolkit downstairs. Put a picture up just here for you. But what can we do with these things? Let's have a go with the cable cutter first. Right then, so I've got a mixture of cables here. We've got the solid 1mm twin and earth here, used for lighting here in the UK. We've got some 2.5mm twin and earth used for mains here in the UK, and then we have some multi-stranded wire here. I believe this is a 0.75mm, probably 26 strands of it, so we will also be having a go with that, and we can also try some crimping too. Okay, so let's start with the multi-stranded stuff. Bring the pliers in, open them up. Oh yeah, it's like a hot knife through butter. Wicked, look at that. No effort at all. What about the 1mm twin and earth? Try that. Yep, same thing again. No bother at all. 2.5mm. There we go. It's a bit larger, this stuff. Bit heavier gauge, obviously. Yep, not a bother at all. Okay, so what about the strippers then? Let's start out with this multi-core copper here. I'll strip that off quite nicely, look at that. Let's move along to the 1mm twin and earth here. That should be the same one just there, let's have a look. Give it a go. Oh yeah, perfect. So that only leaves the next hole up here, so this should be the, what's it say there, 2.5. Yep, so that should be stripping just there then. Let's have a look. Get that in there. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let's give the little crimpers a go then. I would imagine they're designed for this sort of application for earth bonding. So where's our little bit of stripped multi-core cable here? Can we get it in there? Right, there we go, it's in there. It's a bit long, Not going to worry about that. Okay, bring in the crimps here. Pop them in like so. I think this is going to be a two-handed job. Amount of pressure required. Let's have a look. There we go. How firm is that? Yes, that's on there. Nice and firm. Good. The pliers aren't really designed for stripping 7020 cable. As you can see, this is a lot smaller. But I've got one of these little ferrules here. Let's pop that on. Okay, so there's a ferrule in place. It looks like it should be able to crimp this as well. So let's give it a go, shall we? You see the multi-stranded 7020 wire in there. Crimp it up. Oh yes, it's done a very good job on that. Nice and firm too. The nose of these pliers looks very much like it could be used. They are sharpish, so it does look like they could be used for reaming out tubing, like your conduit. If you just cut a bit of conduit and it's a bit rough, edges are a bit rough, you should be able to ream them out with this. Here we have some 22mm copper, because I don't have any conduit, and some 15mm copper pipe as well. Now you will be able to use these as long nose pliers as per usual for bending. We've got some 1mm copper here, and 1mm, look at that, fits in there very nicely. So we'd use it for like bending a little hook. And I would also imagine you could use these the nose here for pulling tape through conduit to drag your wire through after it. If you're feeding wires and cables through conduit, you'll be able to pull the tape through with the end of the pliers here. Now then, what's this interesting end all about? Well, if you check the Laoa website, I think you'll find they show these being able to do up nuts and bolts. So I think what we'd better do is we'll whip them down to the workshop and see how good they are at doing nuts and bolts. Okay then, so here we are down in the workshop with the Laoa pliers, and I've got a selection of nuts and bolts here. Although to be honest with you, I think the pliers are going to be more like designed for this sort of size here, not the bigger ones. But let's just take a look at how they fit onto a nut and bolt, shall we? Okay. Yeah, look at that. You see how they go on nicely there. So they're, as I say, they've been designed to fit a nut and bolt like this. That's a medium one. Let's try a slightly larger one here. There we go. And it'll take that one too, look, which I believe is what size is that? M6 probably, something like that. But there we are. Let's get them in the vise and give them a go. Okay, so I've got this largish M8 nut and bolt here, which I don't think they're designed to do, to be honest with you. So let's get them on there and try them. Let's have a look. Right, so I've got them almost sort of hand tight there. Let's give it a go. I've got both hands on the pliers here. They are sort of, you can't really get the leverage on this size of nut and bolt to, they are stepping off a little bit. So they don't like the larger style nuts, and although they have done them up a little bit. There we go. Let's try an M5 nut and bolt here then. See if we can get all those a bit better. Both hands on the pliers again. So yeah, they'll go so far, but not all the way. They won't tighten them all the way, not like a spanner will do. Let's give them one more go with an M4 nut here. Run it up. There we go. Can we get out of a M4 nut and do it up tight? Oh, that's better. A smaller M4, which I think is more likely designed for, that's definitely got it there. Yeah, definitely. So you could actually use the smaller M4 style nuts. Okay then, so it works better with the smaller nuts than it does with the larger nuts, but you know, I don't think you're going to be using it for very large nuts when you do wiring up there, just smaller ones for the earthing and what have you. So it might very well do for that. So these things, these multifunction pliers are quite a thing at the moment. There's quite a few companies making them, so that you only need to carry just the one tool around with you. You're not carrying strippers, cutters and pliers. You just got the whole lot in the one tool, so they're quite useful for that. As I say, I have got other Laoa tools in my toolbox down there, and they appear to be quite well made. As I say, they are actually made in Taiwan, and I think Taiwan companies do actually have a bit of a reputation for making quality tools. And I do like the nice slim design. You've got some nice slim handles here. I don't think they're in any way electrically insulating, so I wouldn't work on live circuits with them. But so I do like this palm swell just here on both handles. It's very nice to get hold of. Makes them very nice and comfortable. The material they're made from is a harder sort of plastic here, and then we have a softer black rubber grip here, and as I say, they are quite nice and comfortable to use and to hold. Stripping wires is very easy, no effort required there at all. Crimping is quite easy. I think you just need if you use heavier gauge cables such as this here, and you would need to use two hands on it. But other than that, with the multi-core stuff, they were quite easy to crimp. And so we can use this little fellow here at the end there for bending hooks into wire. You should be able to pull fish tape through with the part of the jaw here, and we can do tighten small nuts and bolts with the jaws just here. So overall, I quite like them, and as I say, they are spring loaded, so they'll be quite quick and easy to use. We have a nice alloy locking switch just here, as opposed to plastic or whatever. It's quite a nice touch, is that. So I quite like those, they're quite nice actually. So I would like to thank Banggood for sending these in once again. You can go along to Banggood and purchase these. If you look down in the descriptive text down below, you will find a nice little discount that they have supplied to me for you guys. So you can just use that discount in the checkout, get yourself a nice little saving on them. And so I quite like them. They seem to be quite well made. Should last you quite a while in usage. And so I've got several Laoa tools down there, and they do appear to be quite well made, and I use them quite often, and I should imagine I'll be using these quite a bit from now on. So yeah, let me know down in the descriptive text if you actually use this style of plier on a regular basis, the multifunction pliers. I think they're quite handy, so you only need to carry the one tool. You don't need cutters, strippers and pliers, crimpers as well, look. So the only thing they don't do is they don't cut the screws that you use for attaching switches to mattresses, but you know, you can't have everything, I suppose. Okay then everyone, well, thanks for popping over to the channel today, to Rathbone Manor, and taking a look at these Laoa LA118008 multifunction pliers. Quite nice slim design, do like that design a lot actually. Spring loaded, well made, made in Taiwan. So yeah, alright guys, well, thanks for watching.